Hey friends, welcome back to Hot News. It's your special Saturday edition. As we mentioned in yesterday's video, we're temporarily filming on my couch because we are no longer in the other office. So pardon our dust as we move and get everything settled in my transition back to the United States. But also pardon the fact that you don't have displays yet, okay? Because you need to go check them out. Go to displate.com/UFD Tech Official. Pick up dope metal prints. We had to take down the other ones in the old office, and unfortunately they're like super heavy, so I can't bring them to the new place. But like, dang, dope metal prints. Oh, check out this Final Space one. It's amazing. Rounded corners, mounts with magnets. 10 trees for every display you buy, and if you use coupon code UFD, you save 15%. And also, just the freaking boxes fly. Look at, there's a sloth on here. Look at that. It's amazing. Display.com/UFD Tech Official. Enter coupon code UFD to save 15%. That was weird. Sorry for that. Well, let's go ahead and talk about other weird things, which is Google freaking lying their pants off to everybody over the promises of what Google Stadia was going to be. First off, everybody was disappointed back when the announcement happened because a lot of people were anticipating a Netflix-type game subscription service, and what it turned out to be was more of it. You can play games on the internet, but you still have to buy the games. So technically you're just saving the cost of a console is the general idea, which is well and good. That's the model they're going for. It was people's expectations that got them disappointed. However, with this next thing, it's actually Google's statements that are going to get people disappointed because everybody was expecting that the wireless controller that you use for Stadia would connect wirelessly to the internet, as they stated, directly to Google servers so that there would be minimized latency. However, it has now come out that that is only the case if you're playing on a Chromecast Ultra, which fortunately they include in the Founders Edition bundle that you can pick up over on Google's website. But if you want to use it on a laptop, on a Pixel device, or literally anything besides a Chromecast, you have to have it wired as a USB Type-C device, and what you're wiring it up to has to recognize it as a USB controller. So basically you're not getting anything wireless. It actually still has to be wired. And this is going to be until Google is confident in the wireless capabilities of the controller from what they have. And they're just basically beta testing it on the Chromecast Ultra, and when they're launching it next month, November 19th, I believe is the date, it's not going to be ready for prime time. So technically everybody who pre-ordered one is technically a beta tester for the wireless functionality with the Chromecast Ultra and not actually getting a finished product, which is a little bit of bullcrap and kind of shows you why you shouldn't pre-order devices, especially until you actually know what they are and have seen reviews. We've ordered one here at UFD Tech because once I realized I was going back to the States, I pressed the pre-order button, and obviously we'll do a video on it. But it does seem a little bit disingenuous that Google did not have this ready for prime time and is now rolling it out to everybody. And then on top of that, Google also made it seem like you could play on your Pixel device anywhere in the world. You can still, as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi. Yes, that's also the caveat that's coming with the Pixel devices when you connect the Stadia controller to it, is that you have to be on Wi-Fi. No LTE connection will work even if it's above the minimum threshold, which Google has stated as 10 megabits per second. So sorry, even if your LTE connection is strong, reliable, and fast, you still have to be on Wi-Fi. Fantastic. And then let's talk about something else that Google did, which was with the announcement of the Pixel 4, they were saying that you will no longer get unlimited original quality storage over on Google Photos, which has been the case with previous other Pixel devices that have come out. Instead, now what you'll get is unlimited high quality photos on Google Photos. But the real bamboozle is that if you're on an iPhone using Google Photos backup with the unlimited storage, you actually get the original quality for free, and you don't use high quality because apparently the file format that Apple uses for its images, when compressed to the high quality standard, actually has larger file sizes than the uncompressed version. So it actually makes more sense for them to give iPhone users original quality photos versus compressing them. So that is just a slap in the face to Pixel 4 users because screw you, you bought our device, we're not going to give you fancy new feature. No, screw you. Okay? It's over. It's a real bummer. Google not really being known well for their things that they've rolled out in the past couple of months. Kind of disappointing in all regards, which is probably what is going to happen with this next device we're talking about, the Motorola Razr, which is slated for an unveiling on November 13th in LA. Apparently going to be another foldable device, something like a Galaxy Fold, something like Huawei's Mate X or whatever it's called. So we'll see what it's like. It's supposed to be coming in around $1,500. Motorola saying it's original and unique. We'll see how it goes. But you know what isn't disappointing and hasn't sold poorly? Nintendo Switches. Yes, apparently in North America, they've already accounted for 15 million units and 10 million units in Europe, which is coming darn close to what the Xbox One has sold altogether, which is around 43.5 million units in 7 years, 25 million units between North America and Europe in just a few short years. And obviously the Nintendo Switch Lite will help with that. The revamped new Switch will help with that. The one that we talked about in yesterday's hot news, which was $24 off over on Amazon. It's not a bad deal. I can only expect that this is probably going to be way better selling than the Xbox and might even rival PlayStation 4 numbers when all is said and done and the generation is completed. Speaking of completing things, have you ever completed a ride with a ride-sharing app like Lyft or Uber? Great, because this segue is about that, and that was so bad. I'm so sorry. Lyft apparently is going to be working together with some charities to arrange free rides or discounted rides to various people such as veterans, refugees, formerly incarcerated individuals, and people in low-income areas to help get them their first job or one of their more recent jobs, which will allow them to get free or discounted rides to and from their job interview, and then up to the first 3 weeks on the job, again, free or discounted to allow them to get established in their working environment to make sure that they can have reliable transportation for a little bit. It's a good initiative. We'll see how it rolls out. It's going out to 35 different cities between the US and Canada, and will likely provide much needed help to people who could desperately use it. Speaking of desperately using things, credit cards. Yes, my friends, Venmo is apparently rolling out their first credit card next year, which will allow you to split and share purchases just like Venmo already does. They already have their own debit card situation. With the credit card, they're going to be partnering with Synchrony Bank, who works with PayPal Credit, as well as the Google Store Credit, and a whole bunch of other credit stuff. So in case you want to go into Venmo debt, next year's your time. You know what would be worth going into debt for? Nothing. But this next thing makes me slightly tempted. Philips' new Ultrawide monitor, which it can be used for both productivity and gaming because it has a top tier spec sheet of being an ultra-wide monitor, 3440 by 1440, has 100% NTSC color coverage, as well as 178-degree viewing angles. Quite phenomenal. But on top of that, it also has a 5 millisecond gray to gray response time, as well as 100 hertz refresh rate with FreeSync down to 48 hertz. So all of that is such a pretty decent spec sheet and has USB Type-C display input, which is something that a lot of creatives would like. And the price right now for pre-order over on Amazon is only $480, which is really good considering the category that it's in with all of the specs. Looking over on Newegg, the closest competitor that I could find was in the roughly $700 region. So this is coming in undercutting that by a bit and is an exciting thing for Reece because he wants a monitor like this. Maybe we could pick him up once we get to the States. Who knows? We'll see. $480. Something else that might cost $480, maybe more. Who knows? Jonsbo, which is a high-end case manufacturer which has recently returned to the United States, unveiled their new TR03 case, which is oddly reminiscent of the case that was used with Alienware's Area 51 computer systems, but this one has a little bit more tempered glass. It looks gorgeous. No release date at this point, nor any sort of pricing, but I love the look, and hopefully I might be able to get my hands on one at some point in the future. Speaking of getting your hands on something, NVIDIA just rolled out something quietly that you can now get your hands on, which is the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro, which likely has the same updated SoC chip that the new Nintendo Switches have, and so it's on a 16 nanometer process. It's silently available for purchase over on Amazon right now for $200. So if you were looking at getting a Shield TV, the new Pro might be your go-to, or might be this really ugly looking new Shield TV design, which is also supposed to be rolling out for $150. It basically looks like a toilet paper roll. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy it. No, thank you. It's supposed to be launching October 28th. We'll see if that actually happens. I find it hideous. I don't want. But you know what I do want? The speed of an ant. Yes, my friends, scientists have now found the world's fastest ant, which can go 108 times its body length in a single second, which would be the human equivalent of running a 9-second mile. A 9-second mile. Holy crap, that guy who just ran a freaking marathon in less than 2 hours would be smashed. Okay? Smashed. It would be done in a few minutes. It's crazy. Yes, these ants live in the desert, and they're fast. Fast desert ants. And I'm going to speed on out of this episode of Hot News. I'm going to be done there. Don't forget to check out Displates at the link in the video description, displate.com/UFD Tech Official. Enter coupon code UFD to get 15% off these dope, amazing metal prints that I love so much and I wish I could be bringing with us, but I'll just have to buy new ones in the States because it's cheaper to actually buy new ones than it is to ship it across the entire world. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this episode of Hot News. Reece, why are you there now? He entered my room. I'm done. Bye. Oh Lord, he coming! He coming!